I'm Kristen. I'm a student at Veterans Memorial Middle School, and I live in Brick, New Jersey, and I live in the Brick Township School District too. Currently, vets were operating on a 4-day early dismissal in person or virtual instruction. I chose in-person instruction.
My name is Jamie Popek. I am currently an 8th grader attending Manchester Township Middle School. I am from the Manchester Township District, and we are currently having students choose the option to choose either to go all remote, to go in hybrid, the model, and we also can go 4 days a week. And I personally chose to go 4 days a week.
I'm Sam Santos, and I'm an 8th grader at Memorial Middle School, and I live in Point Pleasant Borough, New Jersey, part of the Point Pleasant School District. Right now, our school is doing 5 half days, and if you choose to be virtual, you can, but I am in person.
I'm Caitlin Chandler. I go to Lake Riviera Middle School, and I'm in 8th grade, and I live in Brick Township. Right now, I'm doing 4 days a week and virtual on Fridays. Our school can either go all the way virtual or do what I'm doing 4 days a week and virtual on Fridays.
I'm Haley Raquetto. I attend Pinelands Regional Middle School, part of the Pinelands Regional District, and we were hybrid at the beginning, which was a A-day, B-day schedule. Monday, Thursday, my bad, was A-day, Tuesday, Friday was B-day, and Wednesday was a deep cleaning day. So now we've also switched to all 4 days in, and Wednesday is still that cleaning day, half virtual day.
So some of the things that is hard is understanding all of the technology. And I really miss being with my friends. Even though I see them in school, we still have to be socially distanced.
The hardest thing for me has honestly been the level of engagement, and I've also seen that in my fellow students, because there's not just the same engagement as there has been in past years, because you're not in the same environment when you're at home, because you have more distractions. You could have siblings, you could have a rough home life. For me personally, that's also the case. It was very hard. I have 4 siblings, so it's very hard at home, and also the adjustment from going all day, from being all virtual to going, because our school switched around a lot. So it's a very hard adjustment going virtual, which is sometimes not as much work, and going right back into all in person, which is a bunch more work.
It's hard to adjust to being in school is wearing a mask all day, because it does bug your face a little bit. So I've had to spend the past couple of months adjusting to that a little bit. And also, I kind of miss being able to go out with my friends, and so that's kind of been hard.
In times like this, the hardest adjustment would have to be regulating to what is now considered the new normal. And I really do miss seeing friends, talking to them. And really a big hardship for me would be trying to stay attentive to the screen while my dog's barking, my phone's beside me. It's really hard to kind of stay focused and not fall apart.
In this COVID world, everyone had to adjust to something different. So the hardest adjustment for me was the totally different school environment. In school, everything seems so bleak now. No one's really talking or socializing. And it's kind of different because when I go to see my friends, no one's as socializing because of the mask and the social distancing. The virtual lessons, the events, and the meetings were all new and unfamiliar for me. And it was definitely hard to get the technology down and the right schedule for school.
I think I've definitely learned a lot about how to use computers and more technology better than before, because we're always using them to learn and do homework on. So I think that is something that really helped me out. So in the future, I'll know how to use a computer properly to do work on, and it'll help me out.
A positive from this whole experience for me would definitely be that I personally learned how myself adapted in a situation like this. And I also learned how to rely on myself and not rely on my friends, oh, did you get this answer for this? Instead to just rely on what I know. And I really learned that even when times do get tough like this, and when everything seems impossible, that you could still hold strong and find a way to keep going.
From this experience, I've gained a lot of responsibility, organization skills, and independence in my work. I've relied on my ability of being an excellent student much more in this year, and has taught me more discipline in like my work and my planning and my whole lifestyle.
I learned about myself and spent more time with myself. For example, getting more sleep, learning how to do the dishes properly, cooking. And also, I learned better technology skills that I can use in the future.
A positive experience I've taken out of this is that my grades have actually increased because due to the fact that I am not doing so many activities during Corona, for coronavirus, limiting the amount of activities and clubs I get to participate in. So that's really increasing my grades and increasing my attention just on my grades instead of my other activities. The mental health aspect has definitely been one of the things. Like, I know that some of the teachers or parents might not realize what their students or children are going through because they might not be paying attention because all the stress in their lives. But you need to pay better attention to like signs that your child or student might be depressed or have other mental health issues, because especially with the pandemic, there's definitely a rise in those, and it's just so stressful. And so another thing is that the home life of a lot of kids are not very well and not supportive, and school is their place to go where school is their safe place. And school might also be the main provider for their food. So when we shut down, our school was lucky enough to get a program where we did get food delivered to our houses. So that was good, but some kids might not have that opportunity and they might be losing their meal at night.
So I think like some of my friends, they reacted differently than what I would react to. Like some of them are struggling to not fall apart and struggling to keep on staying on and focusing. And others have really rise to the occasion and kept persistently trying to figure out this whole new virtual experience for everyone.
I believe that some of my classmates and other classes this year definitely took advantage of being at home, not getting up ready for school, getting dressed, maybe using online sources. Also, I feel like kids during like in school in person definitely like took a little bit more responsibility of their work in general on the computer or off the computer.
We definitely like to rely on each other if we have a question. We have ways to communicate with each other, and we can help each other out more. And some of my classmates don't really like to help each other out. They're really independent in this. So I think my classmates are doing well, though.
I know my friends have been like pretty good with this situation, but I know in my school, especially the lower grades, there's people who like are having a hard time adapting to the new rules of the school and wearing a mask and the new schedules that we have. So in the spring when we were online, I did, like the other said, I did notice that many people took advantage of the situation, and I think we're starting to adapt to it a lot better now.
Eighth grade math teacher right now. She's the best ever. Math is really hard to like teach over the computer when she can't see what's going on. So she has used different technologies for us. She has used many apps for us, and her lesson plans are really easy to follow over the computer and in person. She also takes out time out of her Wednesdays to give us extra help if we ever need it. And even if no one's on that meet, she's still there waiting for us to hop on. So she's been really a great person this year.
Going back to 7th grade, at the end of 7th grade got cut short for us. So my teacher, Mrs. Sorbonne, my 7th grade math and science teacher, helped me a lot during the time that we all COVID struck. So she really helped us learn the technology quickly so we can adapt and finish the rest of our school year. This year, my 8th grade math teacher, algebra teacher, she has definitely been a role model for all of the students and all of the teachers. She definitely took control. She was just a great teacher overall, and she really helped the students with all of the different difficulties that we have this year.
So I think the teachers in my school have definitely adapted to the new rules of the school. And in particular, my language arts teacher, Miss Matei, she has definitely helped everybody who has her like adapt to this. So every day when we walk into her classroom, we sit down and we have a fun challenge question. And that question leads to fun, deep conversation that we have for like 10 to 15 minutes. And that really is fun and something that makes everybody look forward to going to her class every day. And I think that's definitely helped me and others adapt to this situation.
My 8th grade teachers have really done an outstanding job to trying to get everyone to focus and have their attention on the screen. But last year, I will say that my English language art teacher, Mrs. Chinnery, in 7th grade, she was amazing. Every day she left a comment on every assignment I turned in, like, have a nice day, or you did really good with this, applying this skill. And it kind of really helped me to stay motivated. And like, even though she was a great teacher, she was also a leader that represented like her working ability and her optimistic attitude with everything. Even when times get tough, she still continued to motivate all of us and inspire everyone.
I actually have a couple of teachers in mind. My 7th grade year was pretty rough for me. My mental health was not at where it should be. So one of the teachers that really helped me was Miss Sanford, my ELA teacher. She really checked up on me every day and made sure I was doing well. Also, my math teacher, Miss Leek, she always checks up on her students and just makes the fun learning environment. My math is definitely not my strong suit, and she has made that experience very, very fun for me, and I've actually been engaged in learning in that classroom. For my 8th grade year, I would have to say Mr. Grosso. He's my social studies teacher. He has been very, very understanding and very helpful to everyone in actually all subjects. But he teaches in a way that everyone can understand and everyone is engaged, and it's been by far one of the best years for my education. Also, my guidance counselor, Miss Dougherty, she's helped so many kids with their mental health and honestly just engages with all students so well. And I know some people might not have that, but she's been so great my 7th and 8th grade year. I would like them to know that I can work in all different circumstances, but as like someone that likes lessons and likes being taught by not just videos or Google Docs, I like to be engaged and be taught by the teacher. And I feel like my fellow students definitely agree with that.
Derek?
I think I'd want my high school teachers to know my qualities as a student. So I am trustworthy, responsible, and very hardworking. And in school, I always look for opportunities to be kind and helpful to others. And I think those are important things that my future teacher should know about me.
I'm extremely busy, but that doesn't stop me from doing well in school and outside of school.
That I always I never stop until I get something like a 100%, or that I always get everything kind of perfect. When it comes to schoolwork, I love to be ahead of the game and prepared in advance. So I would love if they gave me like a heads up, like, oh, we have a test or a quiz on the upcoming, and like maybe even a week or two ahead, just so I can mentally prepare myself and get the grade that I would love to have.
My high school teachers should know I'm a hardworking student who has a drive for success, and I'm a leader in the classroom, and I always try to be an example and a voice for others.
My near future goals is to definitely go through 8th grade strong to the ends, graduate 8th grade or middle school, then graduate high school, and then go into college. I'm not really sure what I want to do in college yet, but there's so many opportunities I can just pick from a bunch of them.
I've always said I want to change the world. So my way of doing that would actually be finishing high school the best I can, striving, hopefully getting into my dream college to be Princeton, studying law, becoming a pretty successful attorney, hopefully, and then hopefully going on to be be a leader for my community, say per se, mayor, um, part of the Senate, stuff like that. May I say president?
It would definitely to get into a good college and to have a successful job. I would love to get into the law enforcement field as I have many job opportunities that I look forward to and that I'm really interested in, because like that's kind of how I think and how I want my future and everything to go.
So I have like a couple short-term goals and long-term. So for short-term, I would like to keep my grades up for 8th grade, just all A pluses throughout the year. And also I'm striving to get to become an Eagle Scout. So that's a big goal that I've been working towards for a couple years now. And my long-term goals are to eventually graduate from high school and go to a great college and be successful in life.
I would definitely want to redo my 8th grade achievements. I was student council president. I would love to be student council president in high school again. I got straight A's all year. I would love to get straight A's all year again. And then after high school, I would go to a prestigious college and get a degree in aerodynamics and fulfill my dream of being an astronaut. I've been wanting to be an astronaut since like I was little, so I would love to do that.